Do you hear that applause? I got a lot of applause today, this time. One of these days I'm going to do one of them and I'll just put like boos at the end. like where they're booing me. Okay, real quick check here just to make sure that the stream is actually running. Or I go on to the YouTubes. Just real quick. Okay, it looks like it says live. Oh yeah, okay, it's live. It's totally happening. It's a thing, it's happening. And I'm grabbing the invite and I'm posting it to our Discord. Hello, class. Where am I? Put it in self-promo, bro. And where am I? Okay. I'm always running a little behind on these things. I get a little caught behind. I like think of some last minute funny thing that, to do. And this time it was, I've used that intro before. If anyone would like to come on. And all right, what's going on with the rest of this stuff today? I've got these this new setup for sketchbooking, which I'm doing these much thinner journals, and I quite like them. You can tell these are like little Moleskine sized like craft paper journals. I've done a little bit of drawing, and I did a little drawing today. And I plan on doing some more drawing in it, but I thought it might be fun to show off a couple other things. I've got this Fantasy Genesis game, which is about sketchbooking. You guys might know about this one, which is the one with the animals, where you kind of do animal mashups. And then this one is Fantasy Genesis Characters, where you do fantasy characters. They're by the same guy, Chuck Lukatz. I don't know who it is. And they're both pretty cool. Like, one of them's all about sort of rolling for different poses, emotions, costumes, whatever. And you can create a character, and one of them's sort of about coming up with strange species and monsters and things. And that's quite fun as well. So let's do this one today. This is the... How do we do it? Okay. I think we can choose. There's 4 initial set rolls. Okay, the headings in each one. Okay, blah, 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 blah. You roll an animal, a vegetable, an element, and a technical. And then you sort of combine them, and you have to take... let's see, what's the rules for this again? Picking group. So you don't have to use every word in each concept, but you just choose as many that make sense to you, and you kind of put them together. So for example, let's just do one. We'll do one for fun and figure out how it works. So it starts out, this is the animal one. And I got 4. That's a reptile. And I got a turtle, so I got a turtle. We're going to combine a turtle. What's the vegetable one? I got fruits and vegetables. Pine cones. Oh, it's 2d6. Although a pine cone turtle sounds kind of cool. Actually, it changes to berry grapes. Actually, it gives me kind of an idea about doing some kind of bulbous things on there. So you're not actually like combining. It's not necessarily a grape turtle, although that is a cool concept. It's more like it like informs your shapes and things like that. So I just got 3 on this one, earth and metal list. 5, 4. I got a 9, which is powder or sand. And actually, let's write these down just so I can keep track. Let me find a pen. I think this pen is working. This pen was not working earlier, so we're hoping that it'll make some miraculous comeback. All right. So let's just remember where we were. Turtle, grapes, and or berries. It makes me think of like some kind of bulbous, like bubble type appendage. Sand, or I could do a sand turtle. And then the last part, which is the technical stuff, I got a 5, which is a tool list, which I rolled a 10, which is a spring or a coil. And then you just kind of pick any two. Really, you could just pick any one if you wanted to just draw a turtle. That would be fine too. And we're going to try and combine them all up. So let's do that. Anyways, first thing I want to do, hang on a bit. I happen to have reference up. Oh, and I just rejoined Croquis Cafe, which I'd like to demo at some point for everybody. Let's do turtle. Cafe is really cool. All right, I have this idea. Oh, this is the perfect turtle. Open image, a new tab. And what I'm going to do is, I think we're going to do it like this. Will this work? Oh, I got to share my screen. Will that work? Layout, edit layout. Oh, there it is. I figured it out. Okay. Share screen. Boom. Give me my turtle. Could it be that? No, it's not that one. And it's not that one. I have like a million. There he is. Okay, and actually I kind of want to reverse them. Maybe we could make this one the big one. What if we did it like that? No, I think it's better if I do it like that so you can see what I'm drawing. All right, let's bring the camera back in. And I like the idea of this turtle. I don't know if he's like a fierce turtle or if he's just like a happy turtle because he's got his mouth open. He's really cool. He's really attractive. I mean, he's blue, but you don't see that every day. And probably some of this is color adjusted, but you can see how blue he is. All right. So if I do show off Croquis Cafe, there's a way to what it is. First, let me explain what Croquis Cafe is. It's an artist's modeling website where you can pay I think it's $36 and for a year, and they have artist models and they have live sessions, they have weekly videos, they have a full archive of like 560 different like kind of modeling sessions where they do timed poses, which are 1 minute poses, and then 2 minute poses, and I think they end it with a 5 minute or something like that, which is so I do gesture drawing and figure drawing, and this is what figure drawing. This is actually from Croquis Cafe, like some of it. You could do the clothed ones too. I did some clothed ones on this side. Which honestly is harder because the forms of the clothing are quite likely to, they're harder to draw than the body. Like they're harder, they easily could throw you off. All right. Now I've got sand. He could be a sand turtle. He could be, I was thinking of doing some kind of weird berry or grape-like appendage on him. And we could maybe even combine that with the sand one. Like maybe this particular species. That's how it's a desert turtle that carries water on its back. Or we could even be more subtle and say that the berry texture is in the, it's right in on the skin of the turtle. Let's take a look at my turtle skin. All right, I'm liking this guy. All right. Now the big question, which pen to use, which also implies what color. I think we're going to go with this one. This is my TWSBI Eco, I think, or TWSBI Go. I think it's TWSBI Eco. I have two TWSBI pens. One's a Go, one's an Eco. I like them both, but for different reasons. And this guy does not have straight up black ink. I think it's got some blue in it, maybe. I think after we do this turtle, we'll show off a little bit of Croquis Cafe. I highly recommend it. It used to be pretty much free. Like you could just go on Vimeo. Remember that when Vimeo was kind of a competitor for YouTube? Not anymore. I don't know if, Vimeo still exists, but it's not really thought of much that I know of. But it used to be almost kind of a competitor. I'm looking at my turtle reference, and I don't think I caught it. I don't think that ain't it. I just watched Coolene before I got here, and she had like a thing where you had to submit it voluntarily, but where she roasts your art. And that was what she kept saying. This hair ain't it. Right. All right. I'm leaving his eye kind of blank like that because he looks scary that way. Kind of like it. Oh, hold on. Wait a second. We have a new contender, a new champion. There it is. Really, that applause was too loud. Sideburns got more applause than I did. I'm pretty jealous, but that's okay. Hang on. Boom. You're on. I think I'm echoing off of your stuff. It's not super loud though. He may not realize that he's on. He's only secretly on. I wonder if I could do it like... No. Like that. Like that. I think that's the best way to do it. Oh, I see. You're getting your headphones. Let's see. You made it in. Glad to see you. You saw the Spider-Man movie. I'm thinking about it.
Where did it go now?
A guy that I like reviewed it and said it's really good. Which makes me want to see it because usually I'm kind of against the Marvel movies lately. Although I enjoyed Guardians as well. This turtle is like a Bulbasaur. Wait, is a Bulbasaur like a turtle? It's like a... I mean, Squirtle is the turtle. Bulbasaur is not really a turtle.
Oh my god, where the hell is stupid microphone? Hey, how you doing, by the way?
How's it going?
You can hear me.
Yeah, I could hear you the whole time. I was just wondering how it's going. I know you're looking for your headphones.
I'm also kind of missing a microphone right now, but yeah. Oh wait, it's right here. Never mind. Can you hear me well?
Yep. Yes.
All I'm just trying to do is make sure everything's running smoothly as best I can.
I'm hearing you.
Now you can hear me.
Yep.
But even then, if my mouth even if my lips are up to it, it won't register me.
Oh,
Like,
it's really loud.
it's a piece of crap. Really? Is it loud?
Yeah.
Is it loud?
Oh, I can hear it really good anyways.
How far? Alright.
It's not too loud. It's fine.
Hmm.
You just talk normal and it'll probably be good. I know, although I know I suck at the audio. I've really... That was what I was doing last night. I'm like trying to figure out audio. I raised my recording levels on this computer, and then I tried to come up with like a custom layout for OBS, because that's what OBS really lacks. If you're gonna stream, StreamYard at least has the ability to kind of put things in layouts, and like we have right now. But I figured it out. Yeah. These look more like bubbles than berries or grapes. I think this design won't really work unless I do the entire shell. Like that. So what did you think of the Spider-Man movie? You seem to have liked it.
I liked a lot of stuff in it. There was Ben Riley. There was a Ben Riley's Spider-Man. That's also in the trailer. He's kind of he has some funny lines, I think. And I think he's voiced by Andy Samberg in that.
Oh, really?
They give him some funny lines in that movie.
They
But
say Ben Reilly.
Ben
Yeah.
Reilly's Spider-Man from the 90s era comics.
Ben Reilly, the clone of
The
Spider-Man.
clone of Peter Parker, yeah.
Yeah. I've liked him better than what they like. By the time they were doing the Clone Saga, I guess it was in the 90s, it was like everybody that I knew had either dropped the comic or they're like, the clone's better than the actual guy at that point. But there was a series that they did. Let's see if I can find it. Who did? There was a Green Goblin series where the Green Goblin was a good guy. It was like a kid found the Green Goblin costume, and it's Phil Urich. Yeah, and it was pretty good because it was kind of like it was kind of like there's no continuity. Like he found it, and that's there's continuity there, but it was a totally blank character. It was Phil Urich, and he just ran around having adventures, and that was a really good comic actually, in my opinion. And it was kind of at the tail end of the crazy Image era where everything was drawn to be very stylized, so it had a lot of that drawing, but not too much of it. It was and then at one point he teams up with Daredevil for some reason, and he teams up with someone else, Hulk or something, I can't remember. And it was really implausible because they're like, okay, well, you are the Green Goblin and everybody knows you're a bad guy, but you seem to be a good guy now, so I'm gonna help you out. That was a good time. All right. My grape turtle is coming together.
From what I've seen, I liked it. They have the spot.
Yeah,
I'm familiar
it was
with
really
him.
cool.
Yeah, I think I'm familiar with the spot actually.
I quite like him. So, although I like everybody else was kind of worried that okay, they're just going to make him into a joke, but I heard that he was actually kind of a cool villain.
Yes.
So I would see that. Because they see the costume and they go, oh, well, let's just make a joke out of him. His name is Spot. And they don't really understand the character, though. I mean, he is kind of a loser, but I don't know. Still a lot of fun. But I follow this guy named Greg Owen, who does all kinds of reviews and things, and he's like, this is actually pretty good and you should see it. So I'm like, yeah, maybe. I was at the comic store yesterday, and I just happened to drive right past the theater, and I saw it was up there along with the Barbie movie, I think. I don't know. So I thought maybe I will. So I don't know what's going to happen when I put some shading and toning on this guy, but we're going to go for it in a second. I've been trying to get my cluttered life under some semblance of control. I'm going to throw out or donate a bunch of stuff, and I got my printer set up. I've just got too much stuff lying around. I got to figure out how to, just books haven't read in a long time. It's not that I've never read them. could donate
I recently
those.
moved my desk around to my window, and it's a lot more space now, relatively. Still an armchair, but still can walk around things a lot more freely. And sunlight by my window. I'm working by the window, so I have all the sunlight.
Do you feel like a change does you good? Like it kind of gets you going again? Like sometimes that feels good to get like a change going on in the scenery, the layout of the room,
Yeah, a
etc.
little.
I was looking at Gel Arts. Do you know Gel Arts? Do you follow any of these channels? Like she has this art studio. Yeah, it's called Gel Arts. I don't know. She's got like 850,000 followers, subscribers. So I thought maybe you would know. But so half the internet is subscribed to her. But she's making stickers too, like and she does like a lot of like sketchbooking and stuff that I also like. But she's also making stickers, and I'm like, it's real easy to do it. And I'm like, I could do some of that. I could make stickers. Stickers would be fun. Tibar does it. Tibar is making cool stuff. I don't know.
Maybe they might be more vibrant or more pressure like art audience on Rumble when I start.
Right. Are you going there? I'm thinking about going and doing more stuff at Rumble because I hear that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the way YouTube works is you're throttled back. You would probably have more reach just because of but they've got so many of these complicated monetary deals going on at YouTube that chances are they got to hold you back so that they can promote other people that are paying customers, and it's very commercial. But Rumble, fewer people, less rules. I don't know. It sounds good, and it's not like I'm missing out on anything other than you get the YouTube audience, but there are people at the other audience. I mean, the other place too. So, and conceivably you could do both. I don't have any particularly controversial thing to talk about that I plan on just doing art, but
yeah.
This was graphite ink. I just remembered.
You have to be controversial if like you want to grow an audience somewhere.
I think that's probably true. You do have to be you have to have a hot take on something.
No, you don't.
No?
I don't think so.
I'm running the mill. Yeah, there probably are. In fact,
but actually, I know you have plenty of hot takes. So
I do have some hot takes. Well, I have hot takes on like my hot takes are all like I'm very disappointed in the way comic art looks, but I also understand that this is not a new problem. It's a problem that goes all the way back to the 90s, and they've kind of worked themselves into this rendered style, and the pros know it too, because I watched which one of the shows I watched, the Brofessionals, which it kind of revolves from channel to channel. Sometimes it's on Dan Fraga's channel or Andy Smith or Aaron Lopresti or Graham Nolan, and all of those guys I like. And every once in a while Donald DeLay is on, who is one of my favorites. So but they were like, looking at, oh, here's comics we love, and they're like, who's the best cover artist? They're pulling out like, I like, Joe Kubert or Nick Cardy. They're pulling out stuff from like the 70s, right? And it's really great. And then at one point, some guy goes, look how he drew the buildings in the background, and the buildings were just kind of they were just kind of like faked in, like real quick, right? Because they weren't that important to the cover. Yeah, just a few lines, and it was kind of squishy, and you'd see Hawkman on the front, and then you see some like kind of some quick brushy lines for buildings, and it totally works, right? Because he's flying, and you get the sense that he's in the sky. And somebody remarks out of the group, they go, "Look at all that's all he had to do, right?" And everybody goes, "But that would not fly today. You're not allowed to do stuff like that anymore." And then somebody even from like the chat was like, "Yes, the art is much better now." But I think they missed the point. It's not that the art is better, it's just that like the standards for what they want on the page have to look like CGI. They want it to look quote unquote rendered. In fact, that's even the term that the guy used. That's not illustrated. That's rendered, which means it's you get SketchUp out like that. That's the tool that everybody's using is SketchUp, and putting stuff on there. And yeah, they could get their pencils and rulers out and do some whip out some 2 or 3 point perspective or whatever. But when you saw that how kind of washy that it was so simple. That wasn't a perspective shot. It was just trying to give you the impression that there was, the Hawkman was flying through the air at a high distance. It wasn't meant to look, that rendered, quote unquote. And so they see it too. Like they totally see it. I have to. And every time they bring up their favorite art, like one of the discussions was, who would you like to be inked by? And every one of their picks was like, somebody from a long time ago. And it's not that you can't do that. Obviously, the skills people have, of course they could. It's just that they're not allowed to anymore. And that annoys me a little bit because who says you're not allowed to? And obviously, like in manga, you're allowed to do whatever you can have. You can do the super technical rendered style, like some manga are, and then you can do stuff that's a little bit more, kind of wild and free. It's totally allowed. Like technically, you can kind of do it in the same manga. Like One Punch Man has examples of both.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. It's it kind of like sometimes he'll do the like the one I like to the one that's real typical is the okay meme. Or
Okay.
yeah, that one's it looks real simple, but it's meant to be. It's meant to show like it's almost supposed yeah, it's meant to and part of the joke is how it looks,
Live Saitama reaction.
Yeah. But like they have stuff that looks super realistic, and then they have that one character, Puro Puro. What's his name? Puro Puro. The guy that was in prison. I think it's Puro Puro Prisoner. And he's drawn he's drawn like a character out of Dr. Slump. Which, by the way, I'm also reading Dr. Slump right now. You can see where a lot of the jokes come from. Dr. Slump has all those jokes. And Toriyama, it's kind of funny. There's a lot of references to Western comics that I would not have expected in Dr. Slump. I showed you that one of what's her name again? No, her name is Arale, Arale. Is the little girl character. Like she's all dressed up like Captain America. That's not the only time he does stuff like that. He does a bunch of bits that are like that. But like he does everything. Like he does a bit where they're fighting the mafia. He does a bit where they go back in time. Like there's a lot of pretty good stuff in there. What's the one I just saw? It would seem to be inappropriate. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. It's something that you go like, you could not do that today. You would not be allowed.
It sounds like whenever I hear someone say that, it's like something really, like say song like in Song of the South or something. Like
yeah. No, it was something like I can't remember. It was something panties, and I can't remember what it was. It was like,
oh, okay.
It was like In Search of the Cyber Panties or something stupid. I can't remember. I mean, it's really funny. There's all kinds of like, and a lot of like absurd stuff. Like, and I was I was listening to the
Your microphone's doing some things. I hear like, I don't know. I don't know if it's.
well, I moved it a second ago. Maybe it might be that. How about now?
It's like, I don't know. It's making it sound robotic here a little bit. Not try to keep going and see if it's.
What if I'll take the audio out and then I'll re-add it. Hang on. Here we go.
What you using right now? OBS?
There we go. Why is okay? It is doing it. That's good. Okay, we're good. No, I'm doing StreamYard. All right, that looks like a grapey frog or a bubbly frog or a bubbly turtle rather. I was gonna try and bring up a screenshot of that Dr. Slump thing, but it's very funny. I was reading it all last night. A lot of it's really funny. All right. Let's see if I can combine the things that I didn't use on this. I got the turtle with the grapes. Now I need to combine sand and spring coil and maybe turtle. I might have to do this in pencil first. I could do sand in the background. Oh, what if I did a coil that kind of goes like this?
Oh no, everything's going down. A webinar or something. Oh, there it is. Let's see if it works. Anyway, what's up? No.
I'm going to draw a turtle, but with a spring coil shock assembly for legs. He's a cyber turtle. All right.
Stupid. All right. I like how these tones stand out.
I like the idea.
I did a couple sketches this morning.
Oh, really? What did you draw?
They were 15-minute ones. I tried to like blend some watercolor markers. It's not really great for more detail work, I suppose.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm taking it out.
It's
That's pretty cool. Have you ever seen this stuff? Satin glazing liquid.
no.
So here's the deal. You have to prep your pages with it. So I haven't really got anything ready with it. Like you paint it on first, but it'll make your blending like look awesome. Like it I don't know how it works, but it like keeps the medium on there longer. I'll prep a page back here, and then we'll try it a little bit later on. I think it takes a little bit for it to dry, but let me find something to paint it on with. Like so people with it's usually used in acrylic painting, but like people who do coloring books, they have low quality paper and coloring books. But if you paint some of this stuff on, you can do like some crazy effects with it. And but you have to do it first. Like you can't paint it on over the top. So I'm just gonna prep this page.
That make my markers, my watercolor markers better.
Yes.
Just more flow.
Yeah, it'll allow you to do things like perfect blends. Like you could do gradients and stuff like that. Just look it up. I'll put a link in the chat, but it's if you just look up satin glazing liquid, with watercolor markers or water-based markers, and it's not too expensive. I think if you get the smallest size bottle, and it'll last you like a lifetime because I think it's like $11 or something like that. I don't know what that would be in Australian, but it's almost too big for this bottle of satin glazing liquid. All right, I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit, and then I'll show you what it does. I just got to figure out where to clean my brush off. All right. Actually, I might have to switch to another book while this dries because it's going to be sticky. Actually, no, it didn't feel sticky at all.
I think the reason people like manga has halftones is more the printing limitations sometimes. And there are mangas now that have I think it just shows up in the printing more so. Because when I do it, I always have to deal with how it'll I don't know.
It's easy to get off register like with the halftones, so you get the moire effect that you don't want if you don't want it.
Well, yeah, if it goes badly, yeah, it'll I won't want it then. But well, sometimes it will occur naturally in certain in certain sizes and dots per inch and whatnot. But I like it when it's used to good effect.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
Sometimes it's a little unnecessary.
Sometimes it's well. The oversized ones don't make any sense to me, like the giant halftones. I don't understand what the point of those are. Like when they do the giant ones where you can literally see like like 1 inch square, it'll be 4 dots or something. It's gigantic. But the I don't know, if you have Procreate, beat tones looks great. Like that's what I've been using for Book of Ruin, and that one looks good to me. All right. I'm switching sketchbooks while this thing dries. I might have to go switch to my iPad here in a second, but that's fine. This is the wet book.
I don't know if you saw the Discord, but I posted like this video. It's just an animation of a ferret opening a little shop. And it's like this. Reminds me of those Peter Rabbit animations where it's all the backgrounds in watercolor, but the animation is like It's just of the ferret, like with just serving customers, and it's really
Yeah,
cute. All the customers will land or different animal.
I think those are
Oh,
cool, and yeah, it's like cell shading because you have your one background which is painted, and then you do your cells, which are the animation part, and they could be, um, any way you want to make them. You can make them digital. You can make them look like whatever you like. Speaking of which, let's see. I'm gonna find.
hey, can we?
I'm trying to find a snack shop to draw here, or like a food truck. A food truck. There we go. This is perfect. Snog frozen yogurt food truck.
Snog. That's an American company.
I don't know. It's it's
Maybe
London,
it's
UK.
London. Oh, they know. That's
They
good.
should know, right?
They should
Like
know
I'll
that.
show the open image and new tab. Here we go. I'll show you the image. I was gonna try and draw something like this. Let me see if I can share my screen. This one I'm gonna stop that screen. Present. Share screen. There it is. So that's the Snog. Snog frozen yogurt. I just like the lighting on it and everything.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like
that would look really like kind of. I mean, what's the upstairs? How do you get up there? Is that like
through
is
the
there
door.
is it a disco? Like, why would you even go? Oh, it's like a little. It's a cafe. You can go up there and hang out.
It's a double decker.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and draw that. I'm not gonna do a great job at it, but we're gonna give it a shot.
I was talking about the top turns, and I think I took them away from this crowd scene. It's much better. It's much better now. This crowd scene's not too bad.
Crowd scenes are tough.
Debbie's like there's like there's like 5 people, so it's not really. I say 3 because of the crowd, but
Yeah. I like how you're doing the hair. Like you've got the that shot of you have the hair from behind.
yeah.
Where you're kind of shading in the yeah, perfect place to put it. That looks good.
Uh-huh.
I also like the lizard guy who gives out the towels. That's a favorite of mine. All right, hang on. Let's see. This is like one of those buses where it's like half.
Oh.
It's like a truly old-fashioned. And then it's like, welcome to Snog.
Have you been to England?
Nope, I've never been.
No?
I would like to. I've never left the country. I've never left the U.S. at all. I'd like to go to Mexico. I was kind of mentioning earlier today in the Discord. Yeah. I was thinking, because you could drive there. Although I heard it's kind of dangerous to drive depending on what roads you're on. You don't want to go anywhere at night. Yeah.
Try to avoid the. I don't know. Yes.
So I've heard if you stay on the toll roads, you're okay.
Yeah, like not a representative at all, Mexico, but like try to, I guess, steer clear of like crime
and then
areas. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I
read
hear.
this. Yep, I read this one like guide, and it was like if you do, get like what they'll do is they'll basically they'll drive alongside you and tell you to pull over, like the cartel guys point guns at you and stuff. But if you don't panic and you just give them, I think it's 200 pesos, which is like $70. It's not that much. And then they just go on their way and you're fine. And then if you get stopped again, you could even say, I paid the guy from before. And they go, okay, you're good. Like, that's their toll. But that's screwed up, too. You shouldn't have, like, criminals, like, freaking pulling cars over. That's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. But I still want to go. Like, Lake Chapala has, or it had, a writer's colony. It was just, it was people from every kind of country. And just doing creative stuff there. And I thought, oh, that would be cool to go check out. And then Aguas Calientes, which is not too far from there. Kind of the same thing, and it's like a real artsy town. I don't know.
Artsy town.
An
Well,
artsy town.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, really. But I do want to go at some point. Or even further in South America. I heard Uruguay. Uruguay is really safe and an interesting place. I'd like a lot of the comics people I know from like classes I've taken were actually in Brazil. Like Tiago, I forgot what his last name was. I think it's De Palma or something like that. But also, Joe Prado was in Brazil when he taught. He just did like a, he just did it virtually over Google Classroom or whatever it was. All right, this one has headlights. And then this is going to be this line. Every Friday at my work, they have the food trucks come out, and it's different food trucks every time. But that's a lot of fun too. I like the food trucks. I always get the snow cones if they have snow cones. They probably do they call it snow cones where you are? Basically, it's like shaved ice with some flavor.
I think they call it shaved ice here.
Just shaved
I'm
ice.
actually not
Okay.
sure. I'm not sure if they call it snow cones. So I get to eat in 5 minutes away. I got a bunch of burger patties from work the other day. Like a whole tray of them cooked, like left over. Like that.
That's always a lot of fun. Have you ever had tamales? Do you know what a tamale is?
I've had enchiladas.
So it's kind of like, well, it's a little bit like it, but it's dry, right? It's cornmeal, right? And then it's got like some kind of filling. It could be some kind of meat filling. They have cheese ones, they have chicken, they have all kinds. And then it's you put it in a corn husk and it's steamed, and so it's like a steamed corn dumpling with meat in it. It's like awesome. The best ever.
Corn and meat sounds particularly. I like Mexican food though. A lot of it.
I love it. Yeah, I am crazy about it. I haven't, which reminds me, I haven't done my Duolingo today. I'll do that after class, after this. So I'm
I'd
trying to
like to
learn.
probably. Sorry, continue.
Oh, sorry. That's why I'm trying to learn Spanish so I can go visit at some point in my life.
Yeah, if I wanted to learn a certain language, I will need to have the, the right environment to test it out or you know, learn the best. And I wouldn't just do it out of, um, I guess, pure curiosity at some point. But if I want to get better, I want to
Yeah.
surround myself with people who speak it. Right? Kind of makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny on some of the language channels that I'm on. There's one where they go around interviewing people in Japan, and a couple of them were people that had either gone to school or grown up in Australia, but they're from Japan. And when they switch to English, they have the Australian accent. It's great. Yeah, it's pretty neat. They're like, it's in Japanese, and they're like, do you speak English? Right? You can see the translation, and they're like, yes, I went to school in Australia, and like, would you like to switch to English? We'll, to show your language skills or whatever, and they'll start asking them, interview questions, and it's pretty entertaining because they totally have the accent, like that's their accent that they have. Or one of the ones I also like is who is your least favorite? This is I've seen it for both Japan and China. They go, who is your least favorite country? And you think it's going to be America every time. I'm ready for it to be America every time. Like in Japan, they say their least favorite is Korea or China. In Korea, they say their least favorite is Japan or Korea, right? and it goes, and it's all three like that. It just goes on and on like that. And I'm like, I keep going. This guy's gonna do it. He's gonna say he hates America, and nope, he's fine. He's fine with that. I was thinking, oh, the Chinese are not going. The Chinese have a problem with Korea, and Japan.
I thought you were going to say Australia at some point, but no. I was like,
no,
oh.
apparently. Apparently not. I mean, I was thinking, oh, this is going to be super political. Let's see what this is all about.
No.
But it turns out it was not. We're not that hated, I guess, at least over there, or at least the guys they were talking to. Maybe they suppressed it for for our sensibilities. But I wouldn't have been offended. I was curious. I was just interested, like, what was he going to answer? Or sometimes they do the one where they ask the girls, like, would you ever date or marry, a Westerner? Or whatever, or
oh yeah, that's with
or who do you think is the most attractive country or whatever, and they would say which ones. I think those are quite fun as well. All right, I borked myself by not leaving enough room for the. Oh, I could do this right here. There's like a little thing on the back where people can get on and walk up to the second floor. I have an ellipsis template. Where did I put it? It's not there. Oh, it's not there.
Not showing on stream, but I'm making breakfast.
No problem. I found my ellipsis template. Hang on, I'll be right back. Wait, that ain't it. Oh, here it is. When drawing cars. Hang on. Let me figure out which is the right one. Maybe it's this. No. These are too squat. How about that one? And then same deal here. Alrighty. Sideburns will be right back after these messages. From Snog, the frozen yogurt stand. I think it like goes right here. This is where my lettering problems are really going to show. Okay. Let's go for it.
I once had to do a book report. I don't know if it was a reviewer report, but I read a book called The Snoglug, and it was like a sort of romantic sort of coming of age thing. Like it was about these kids it was set in like a sort of English school. It was about like young guy. I can't remember much about the story, but it was sort of like a comedy sort of romance sort of thing. There were actually interesting stories I read while I was in English class, but I just read out of curiosity. There was another book called I remember another sci-fi like short story book that was kind of about this one guy who like listens to his like I guess his dead mother through some headphones.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Something Lazarus. I couldn't remember what the title was. That's how I remember that's how I learned the term Lazarus.
Not even from the Lazarus Pit.
Yeah.
The Batman basically it's a plot device. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I mean it did make Red Hood. That was kind of interesting, right?
Yeah, that's how they keep him alive was the Lazarus Pit.
It made him come back worse. Right. That's all.
There used to be this series of books called it was Robert Heinlein, and it was a series of books called Lazarus Long, and it was about this guy who never dies, and he has all these philosophical thoughts and adventures, I guess. I don't know. Robert Heinlein, though, the same guy who wrote Starship Troopers.
I've been trying to watch that movie, but I can't find it anywhere at the moment.
Which movie?
The one with Michael Ironside in it.
Oh, I don't know. Michael Ironside.
He's in that movie, yeah. Starship Troopers. I can't break an egg, dang it. Mm.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. He was the teacher.
Yeah. He's great in a lot of things, actually. I like him. Brings a sense of little timber or gravitas to his performance. He's played main character in Splinter Cell. That's what I know. Sam Fisher, yeah, that's the guy. All right.
Okay, it's kind of funny when I think about that movie. Like Neil Patrick Harris was in that movie as the friend.
Yeah. I think by the time he made How I Met Your Mother, it was like he was around 40 or something.
Yeah.
God, I'm burning this paper.
I need to make a shadow right here. All right, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna ink this with. What shall I ink it with? This one. I can ink it with a brush, maybe. It's just asking for trouble.
I just got an award for the newcomer for like fasting for 72. Was it 72 hours?
I'm not sure. Let me see if my glazing liquid's dry yet. Ah, it's feeling dry. All right, so let me show you. I'll wait till you come back. I want to. I'll do a demo of the satin glazing liquid there for you, though. Does it have like? It doesn't have a bumper. Alrighty. We're still here and we're still going.
Sorry if you couldn't hear me all that. I'm just making breakfast. Crazy.
I forgot how early it is over there for you. You must have just woken up.
An hour ago, at least.
That still counts as just woken up in my book. I don't know. Although, when I go to work, it's like I roll out of bed, and I'm dressed and at work within 20 minutes for the most part. Like I go pretty quick. I live really close to where I work too, so it's not even it's no trouble. But anyway, go ahead.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I'm gonna get right back to it. Just give me a second.
Take your time. Once you get back on, I'll show you that demo of the how it affects the watercolor markers.
Oh yeah.
If I left it on for long enough, I think I did.
Remove this terrible black coffee. Ugh.
There we go.
One more minute. Hold on.
No rush. I think this should have like a little awning, like a little shade or something right above it.
Okay.
All right, are you ready? Yep, I'm still here. Okay.
Yep.
This side of the paper I did with that satin glazing liquid, and this side is just regular paper, right? Just regular paper. So let me show you my watercolor markers. I'll pick 2 colors. Like I got a pink and a. Let me find a blue.
You can still use dry pencil on it, right? Like or
yeah,
that's
yeah. So like it's there's pencil on it. Pencil works great. It looks a little bit lighter here, like between the two. I don't know if you can see that. Let me bring it down closer. Oh, too bright, too bright. Okay, so a mark here and then a mark here. I think that looks darker on this side. This is the side with satin glazing liquid. Okay, so here's the blue, and here's the red, and then here's me trying to like blend them.
Kind of pinkish red.
Yeah, you get kind of a pinkish. It doesn't really go very far. So here on this side, there's the pink, there's the blue, and then when I blend them now, like you can get like a much nicer gradient. Let's see.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, very nice.
And then like on this side, as you go a little bit further out.
Does that set come with a blender tool, like a blender?
This set came with, it was a super cheap set too. It came with water, like 2 water brushes. It didn't come with like a plain blender. So there's another color. This is a different color, pink. So you can really like go crazy with the blending.
Neat.
But this over here on this side, when I do that, like it doesn't really move. Like the blue won't move at all.
No way.
So let me try it with this one now. Yeah, see, you see the hard edge on the blue? But over here, if I do it over here, I can actually kind of like eliminate the edge. And then kind of even spread it out a little further. Just depending. So, and this is, I should have left this like to dry longer, but that's what it does. So the ladies are using it for their, oh, this is looking bad. It's looking bad. The color of, I'm looking on the monitor, but it looks really nice and bright over here on my end.
No, the blending is much better.
Yeah. Whereas over here, it doesn't really blend. But they were using it for coloring books, because the coloring books are just on like the crap, like low quality paper, like that they got at Amazon or whatever, or, wherever they got their stupid coloring book. So they were treating it with this satin glazing liquid stuff and getting these really cool results. Anyway, just a thought. Also works with it does the same effect on colored pencils and paint, like acrylic paint and gouache, and stuff like that. Because what it does is it keeps the it says slow drying extender. So instead of it's like the pigment soaking into the paper real quick, it kind of keeps like it's like you're painting the paper with this this stuff. Useful for wet and wet blending. Do not apply thickly. Yeah, so do not use as a varnish. Blah blah blah. Not very expensive and pretty easy to use, all things considered.
I should maybe apply some of that on that page and work on the blending in the morning. Just have it ready. Have pages ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe I would prep a couple of pages. Now I got these kind of messy pages in my sketchbook, but I'm going to just draw right over them, so it won't be a big deal. I'm still enjoying my snog truck.
Show it to Michael. Oh, see.
Yes.
I want to actually. I might ask.
Michael, have you been on the Snog truck? Taking this truck to Snog Town. All right, let's do the other wheel.
Just
All right. I'm taking your girlfriend to the Snog truck. Took your girl to the Snog truck. That's how I got my bad reputation. Okay, where am I? There we go. Maybe I should be like, I'll make like a rabbit who works at the Snog truck. The Build-A-Bear workshop. All right. Wait. I should have made some customers hanging out here too.
should make it look like the cat bus.
Oh, that would have been cool too. Like yeah,
My Neighbor Totoro.
yeah. It's funny you mentioned that. My mom loves that. She loves the cat bus. She talks about that all the time. You should make it look like the cat bus or whatever else. And even when like when Harry Potter came out with the night bus, like there was that little bus scene. She goes, "Oh, it's just like Totoro." Or Totoro? Totoro. He's got all kinds of snacks here in the Snog truck. There's a Snog menu. There's got to be like a little counter.
Oh, I'm muted. I was gonna say there's also the Magic School Bus, and that's like
That's another.
that could be anything more than just a cat on a bus. It could be like a fly or a spaceship or
Yeah.
a microbe. Like they had that when they went inside the human body. They had the episode.
So that was my favorite episode, the one where they go inside the human body, because
yeah,
there is a scene where they go all the way to the colon, and they're like, "Which way? What goes through that door?" And she goes, "You don't want to go through that door." Oh no!
I remember the one where they were inside like a cake, and they'd see how they were inside, and they saw how the cake was binding, like how when it was hardening, like when it was cooking inside, all the things, like I think the cells would like bind to each other and harden. That was a funny episode. I watched those a bit of that on Netflix the other day. The original is best in my opinion.
Always, yeah.
Of course, newer generation's gonna get their version, but I'll always have one with Miss Fritz and her little lizard sidekick. But I played the CD-ROM version of Magic School Bus. They went inside Arthur's body, I think. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
That was like an anatomy episode. That CD-ROM. It's better. It's always cool as a point and click. There was another one that was like dinosaur themed, and you could create your own dinosaur in that one. I think I might look it up. It was a dinosaur. Actually, you know what? Magic School Bus.
The Magic School Bus.
I bet you kind of based that short story on, right? So, you know the one I'm talking about?
I'm not sure I do. I'm not sure I do.
The one where they were inside the prison. You know.
Oh, I
You know
do remember
the
the Magic School Bus episode where they went inside the person.
no, like when you did the story about they going inside the prison.
Oh yeah.
Bomb.
Oh, the one with Evan. Yeah. I totally
Yeah.
remember. So my reference for that was really what was it called? Fantastic Voyage.
Uh huh.
I think it was Fantastic Voyage. It's kind of the same concept where they shrink down and they go inside a person. But yeah, it's the same deal. It's like I never understood why. Like when I saw that movie as a kid, but I never understood why they were going. Like we have to save his life. But then at the end, before they came out of the tear duct, they're like, you know what? Screw it. They've been in there too long. We're gonna have to kill the patient to get him out, or whatever it was. And then they figured out that they could get out through the tear duct, and then it was like, oh, okay, we're all safe. But it's like if they were so willing to kill the patient, why was he so important that they had to shrink down and go in the first place? I don't know. I can't remember what the plot was. I'll have to look it up. Fantastic Voyage. The Coolio. Frozen yogurts. A little bit of a snog. Hello, ladies. All right. All right. Whoa. I dropped my pen. Hello. That was Ditlo 2.
Huh?
I got a visitor.
Hello.
Hello. There it is. Magic School Bus song.
You can hear it in my headphones. Wow. Also, not good for me to have two headphones.
Is that Little Richard singing the Magic School Bus song?
You know what? If you said that, I believe you. Sure.
I think that's Little Richard.
Sure. Yeah.
Let me look it up. It might be Little Richard. Hold on. All right, I put in a Google search. The Magic School Bus theme song, song lyrics and music by Little Richard. There we go.
Yeah, sounds like him.
Yeah, it sounded just
That's
like
okay.
I love Little Richard. A womp bop a loo bop. I like Little Richard. He was good times. Is he still alive? I don't know if he is.
Oh my god.
From the 50s era. They would have him in some of those like meme commercials. Dintwo2 and or anyone else. Glad to have you here. This is a casual draw stream. I should probably like knuckle down and start working on Tarzan or finish. I am tones away from my last page of
Give him the bullpen, Peter.
Book of Ruin. Sorry, what?
Give him the bullpen.
Yes. It's happening. All right, hold on. Whoa. Oh, this sign is not like a square sign. It's actually like a. This is meant to be like a neon sign almost. Is that Magic School Bus in the background I'm hearing?
Yeah, I'm just like I'm like looking through a long play of just because I know I played it when I was back in primary school. I think it was the CD-ROM version of it. This is called Magic School Bus Explores the Age of Dinosaurs. Oh god. Yeah, it's got like UIs that kind of remind me of Flintstones in a way. You learn some things about dinosaurs, I think. But anyway, oh wow.
We're gonna fight a Dimetrodon. I love Dimetrodons.
Hold on a second. I need floss right now.
There should be like maybe some like lamps back here. You could have all kinds of lighting. Welcome to the Drive-In Saturday show. It's really just a show with just some drawing on it if you're watching. Dintwo2 or anybody else.
Drive-In.
Drive-In Saturday. It's named after the David Bowie song.
Really?
Yeah. Which is a very sad song in a lot of ways. My favorite lyric in there is he gazes to the sandy shore where once had raged to see that rage no more. I love that line. I love that line so much. And I thought, oh, this is, and it's, it takes place on Saturday. And, that seemed cool. It's on which album is it on? Aladdin Sane, I believe. What if I have I got like a little bunny get back here. Maybe there's bunnies that are eating or they're enjoying some frozen froyo. In the top of the bus. And this guy's wildly here. There's a really cool video. This guy named Steven Travers. I watch a lot of YouTube videos about art, but he has he does architectural drawings, just kind of from he'll look at it and then he'll just start drawing it, and it can be really complicated too. It could be like this complicated urban scene or something like that. But he has a whole video about his process. It's called Drawing the Effect of Detail Without Drawing the Detail. And I'm trying to do that. I don't know if I'm doing a good job at it, but I managed.
I might have seen that one. Is it where he's using fine liners and stuff?
Yeah, that's all he uses as a fine liner. Yep, that's the guy.
Oh yeah.
That's a good channel to follow. He's from Australia too. He's an Australian guy.
Yeah.
He's got the Australian talent level, skill level Australian. That's what you got too.
True.
Ah, but I learned a lot from that, just watching that video, and just, because a lot of it just seems daunting. That's the scary part, is you look at it, you're like, I'll never be able to draw that. That's too much. And one thing I still haven't figured out is I should have drawn customers like in front, like hanging out in front, but I didn't think about it before I started inking it. I just started drawing it. And of course now I can't draw them in because I'll have to draw them over the top.
You can probably put all the characters in the next 9 volt in it. Make it the cover.
I could maybe I'll put somebody in the foreground or something. I'm gonna put some shadows underneath though. I could get some white out and white out a little chunk and stick it over there, but I don't want to do that. Oh, this is all in shadow too. Let's see.
Ooh. There's a lot of work going into these.
Unfortunately, this ink. Which ink is it? Oh, I'm running out. Look at that. There's no ink left in there. I think it's not the kind I can just watercolor right over. But I could probably do. Let me just test. If I put some ink right here, what does this do? I'm not 100% sure. Let's try it again. Lighter shade this time. Yeah, it'll make the ink smear if I do it. So I can try it with an alcohol marker. Let's try it with a highlighter. No, there's no hope for it. It's just gonna be black and white. I was gonna do some color on this. This would be a fun one to do in color. I'll have to redraw it at some point. Or scan it. Now that I have my printer. Hey, have you ever done stickers? Have you ever made the stickers before, or made some stickers?
Yeah, sure. I think there's still some sticker paper on me.
I'm thinking of trying that out. I mean, I did the I've done stickers via Redbubble before, but
anyway, this stuff. I had a whole thing where I just drew furry art, kind of furry things, and I made stickers with this. It's not like has a finish to it. It's just plain sticker paper.
But that could be kind of cool too. Like if you got one of those cry cut machines, or even if you didn't have a machine, if you just cut it out like with scissors or a razor.
I actually bought this thing for free, minus the shipping. But there's these pens that look like they're these things that you can use to cut like stickers with, but they're actually pens, like retractable ones. I thought that's pretty
awesome.
neat. Plus, it's free. Like,
yeah,
excluding shipping, of course, but it's still, that's interesting. I can't wait to try this out. Maybe I should make some stickers for that.
I was thinking about like if I do a Patreon or something like that. That's one of the things that I would want to give out is like every month you get a sticker or you get a bunch of stickers like you did. Because I do a lot of drawing, so I could probably make like a sheet of stickers every month. That would be kind of fun.
You could like send them out. If you send them out as physical,
yeah,
probably just send them out as rewards, like for.
Or even like you could do a free tier where you just get the download, and then if you want, you could get it sent or something, like for I don't know however much.
Yeah, I've had people send me postcards from Patreon, stuff like that.
I think that would be kind of cool.
Mhm.
Postcards would be fun to do too. What I need to do though is obviously I need to get one of those cutting machines. I've got one of the like the actual zip cutters. I don't know. I've kind of dreamed about getting one of those the guillotine cutters with the lever where you chop it down. I don't know. I'll do some zines. All right. I know this will mess it up, but we're gonna go ahead and do it anyways. We're gonna highlighter, paint. The truck. Magic School Bus. Oh, this isn't bleeding too bad. I thought it would just like smear everywhere. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? There I am. Hang on. Somebody's messaging me. Nope, never mind. It was you sending me the Magic School Bus Explorers in the Age of Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Some pleasing rhyming in that as well. Yeah, CD-ROMs were crazy back then. I was already too old for it, but like I was in Chinese school for a period there. And so they had all these like Chinese language learning games. I mean, I was already an adult, but you had to do the language learning games. And they're real silly. There would be like a maze game. And then if you got through the maze, they would start asking you, grammar questions. And if you got it, you could go a little further in the maze to the next level. But if you until you got to the very end, it would say Yingla, you win, right? That's in Chinese. Yingla. And then if you lost, it would go Shula. You lost. But it was I don't know, funny stuff. I mean, I learned all kinds of crazy things in Chinese. Like I learned how to play Pai Gao. Let's see. Just all kinds of Pai Gao gambling. That was almost like a meme in How I Met Your Mother. Neil Patrick Harris plays Pai Gao. I'm like, I know how to play that. All right, paint with highlighter is go. It actually does work. If this works, I could probably get out my my alcohol markers and do the rest of this, or maybe even do some shading on it because I'm just highlighting it now. Yingla. I remember I was in school when Diablo came out, the very first Diablo. That was a mega hit. Oh man, what's going on there? Okay, if this kind of works, let me see if I can find my gray marker. I can. I've got some markers over here, some alcohol markers. Those are maybes. Got a light blue.
Yep.
How about this color blue?
There was I was streaming a game last night and I had some interesting chats about like I guess from a person who was like Christian. It's always funny how well not funny, interesting how um what was I about to say? There was oh yeah they always funny well it's always interesting how conviction I the convict the conviction in some of the words because this guy was telling me about how he doesn't like he likes the he's interested in the new FNAF movie coming out, which is the Friday Night at Freddy's movie. But
Uh-huh.
like he wasn't a fan of the violence and cruelty. I thought yeah, some interesting
Which
thoughts there,
movie?
I guess. The FNAF Friday, no, Five Nights at Freddy's. The one
Oh,
with
Five Nights at
animatronics.
Freddy's. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I suppose you liked more the fact there was more of a creepy atmosphere thing.
Yeah.
I consider it a point and click horror game.
Yeah, I mean you're
Because what are
gonna
you meant to doing? It even
because they
has
can
those that old aesthetics of like say well it kind of reminds me of the first Fallout, the aesthetics of that like got a sort of grungy, but it's set during I think the 80s or 90s, but the you're meant to watch for like the cameras, see if there's movement, see if the animatronics are like moving around,
yeah.
and then watch the doors as well. Um, I just found it funny. He also said like I would with permission from my parents wash out my like friend's mouth with soap because he hated some his foul language. I was like, it's always interesting how like some like they say sometimes some Christians I know like say stuff with such conviction, and of course
Uh-huh.
not. It's like it's not unfriendly. It's just an interesting characteristic I've seen. I was like, huh. And I
Well,
think this guy is like way younger than me actually. It's like probably 18. That's
yeah.
probably it's weird who I attract on I like it's interesting who I attract on my streams, I guess. But you know,
I think it's weird. We live in this kind of chaotic world right now. Like it wasn't always like this. Like
hmm
the world was not always so crazy. Um,
hmm
and I think that I'm not surprised, when you see a lot of people um kind of turn to maybe more how do you even describe it? Maybe more extreme versions of beliefs and stuff because it's an extreme world. Like it's crazy right now.
And by the way, I don't have like real problems with religious people. I know some that are even on Discord.
I'm
But
pretty
you know,
religious, all things considered. You know,
oh yeah,
but I do know that there's some people that really take it to a another level,
hmm
and in a sense, I can't really bother them, but and also, a lot of people that have kind of made it to the other side. This is the way I see it. This is the way I see it is, I like I like history and philosophy and all that other stuff.
hmm
I have a minor in classics, which is like ancient Greek and stuff like that. The Greeks had this wonderful rationalism, right? But it wasn't.
hmm
But they did not have morality. Like so, the rationality without morality. But then they somehow matched They took the morality from the Hebrews and matched it with the rationalism of the Greeks. They came up with this wonderful thing, and it's I like it. I think it's a good thing. And obviously, it helps a lot of people. And then you have the people that are just a little bit extreme. Like I don't know. It's like I think maybe it's like they just discovered it, or they're just so they're showing off a little bit, but they don't really know what they're
hmm
saying half the time. Some people, and then some people really believe it. So who knows?
yeah.
All right, the snog truck is
Uh,
happening.
but also the guy was. He seemed clearly comfortable with me swearing all the time. 'Cause I was really not having a good. I was not having a good go at that game. Died a lot. I died a lot on that level, and
Was
he
it
didn't
Five
mind. He
Nights at
doesn't mind
Freddy's?
my swearing. He doesn't
Yeah.
mind my swearing. The game I was actually playing was Shadows of the Empire. Um, and
Okay, yeah. I watched a little
there's
bit of
that.
that.
Yeah, and I was on the level where there was cliffs. Basically, you have to traverse cliffs while shooting enemies, and there's probe droids as well that pop up, and they're way too high, and you can't. You can't. You have to hold down a button to look up, and even then, your gun doesn't follow you. It's like it has to sniff out your enemy, like in an arc, like in a. You have to do 6 shots in a row before you actually get them. It's weird, the controls in
Yeah.
that game, and so it ensured a lot of frustration. But the chatter in question, had no problem with it. It's fine. Just don't don't like swear against the word. Don't go against the word of God. Is what he said. I was like, all right, sure.
Well, what does that mean? I don't
As long as
understand.
you pray, I guess, as long as you pray for me to get to this level, then
Yeah.
we're all good.
See, that always seems weird to me because, yeah, I would agree that seems a little weird just because I don't know, it does seem weird. I agree.
Yeah, you do you, man. I guess that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, you're right. I know if I should shade just robot spaces. I haven't done it in other.
All right, I'm gonna go
I
back
don't
to
know.
the first sketchbook. I gotta draw over my messiness. But there's the snog truck. Frozen yogurt.
It's even a little
Froyo.
robot.
Oh, I love the robot. This is the robot in the shower.
Yeah.
Didn't Will ask, is it
Yeah.
morning on your side? It's not here, but it is where Sideburns is. Didn't Will?
Yeah. Pretty soon I should get to do a load of washing soon because the sun powers I don't know if it powers all of the appliances, but I know it'll take a chunk of the battery out if I do it too soon. I need the sun to power. Well, I need it to be at a certain point in the sky to not be a drain on resources.
Absolutely. I like to do like when I dry my clothes, I like to hang them up more than use the dryer at this point because I was ruining my t-shirts, so I started hanging them up, and it's much better now.
When you hang up your t-shirts with
Yeah, because before they would shrink or they would, and the designs would wear off and stuff like that. And
you just check Discord general chat as well.
have you been on the snog bus? We'll have to show a picture of it afterwards. Hang on, because he may not get the joke. Well, he's guaranteed not to get the joke, but still. All right, wait. Let me find my reference.
You won't
Where
have
you reference
all.
that? It's this reference. Here we go. I did a picture of Clea before, and I guess there's an actress whose name is Clea who is in some kind of movie. And they have her smoking here, so I'm gonna try and draw this picture of her. But I like the way her hair looks. And I'm pretty much guaranteed not to get the hair right. All right. Well, She's got her hair parted on the middle. And she's looking off this direction. Oh, I think we're gonna do.
How long we got left?
We have 9 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm doing better on. I mean, if it, actually, if it, I might do StreamYard more. I mean, I built this whole little setup so I could do same thing with OBS that I could do with StreamYard, but it's. I wonder if there's got to be some kind of competitor. There's Streamlabs. I think some people use. I'll have to look up that and see what that's all about. That's when I was doing miniature painting. I was using Streamlabs.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I didn't realize. You remember when we were on? I just thought of this because he used to show up when I was doing miniature painting. I had Streamlabs because I had to do it in the basement, so I had to bring my phone. I didn't have a laptop at the time. I just had to bring my phone downstairs and do it that way. And Jake Twister would always show up for some reason. He enjoyed the miniature painting.
Yeah.
He was there at your when we were doing Gartic Phone.
Mm-hmm. He was in Gartic Phone?
He was the guy that was like the mystery guy that showed up.
Oh.
That was Jake Twister, I think. Well, it's like I mentioned it to him, and he goes, "I was," and he said, "I was there. I was the guy." So he was one of the players. I don't understand why he's taking on all these different personas, though.
He's like on Discord apparently, and again, but he's limited his reach, I guess.
That's too bad. I would love for him to hang out again. He was always fun. All right, eyes too big. This is my problem. When I draw faces, I always do the eyes.
I heard he doesn't find it as fun, Gartic Phone, but that was pretty fun.
It was fun. I think I would do better if I should have done it with my iPad, because then I could actually draw. I would have a stylus. Everybody else has got like a.
Yeah, I cheated, even though it was my birthday, but still. It was my birthday. You do what I want.
You had a tablet. I didn't. I mean, I have if I had the iPad, I could have used my iPad, but I was like doing it with my mouse, and I'm like, all right, well, now you get to see how bad I draw with a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
All right, she has like the way this is framed. She's kind of like angled in. I like her hand. And she's wearing this dark shirt, so you can't really see. Where her sleeve starts. Another pretty good video I watched today was it's too expensive for me, this Mark Brunett's art school, but he was talking about the way he handles studies. And this is interesting to me. He goes, the first way I do it is I draw as if I've got this. I draw as if like I just go straight in, and in my mind I pretend I can do everything for the imagination, and I just draw it. And then if I run into problems, and you usually do, that's when I get the study out and study. What did I mess up? How do I fix it? What do I need to learn? And then he also said that something interesting to me. He said I spend a full 5 to 10 minutes just looking at it, like trying to observe it deeply to commit it to memory. And I thought that was super interesting. Because
observe it. Well, like Kim Jong-un does.
Yeah.
Like observe things.
Yeah, I mean, which seems elementary. Yeah, you see, you have eyes, you walk around, but is that you're just looking? You're not observing. Observing is like a deeper, looking at it very closely, kind of memorizing the details, and trying to figure it out. She's got her hair kind of tucked behind her ear, I guess. All right, let's see if we can get this in ink. Where is it? I want the same pen I had before. Well, I may not be able to have that one. I could do this in, let's go for Scribble Purple.
I like the comic by Shy Guy. In our,
the Shiverians. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I enjoy. Yeah, I signed up to his newsletter, and that's how I got the copy first issue. I think he nailed the the manner of like speech of that period. It's like very fitting of a like. I really got a sense of the world through that, one issue. It sounds like, and it's like 30 pages. It was a nice simple story kind of, but about a night he goes to this village, and apparently a couple of goats go missing, and there's rumored to be giants up there where the goats have gone, apparently gone because of the footsteps. But yeah, like it draws a lot from the medieval period and a lot of like lots of good references to like armor, like the armor the knights use.
Yeah, I saw he was rendering the chainmail. It looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people just kind of there's a really easy way to just fudge it where you just you just kind of
the characters were still relatable despite being from a different time. That was good, I found.
Well, I'll definitely have to check it out.
What's going on here? Oh, I see. Transparency locked.
She's got.
I like this already. Whoosh.
Oh, I'm checking your stuff out. Yeah, it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a ton of depth into it.
Depth, huh?
Yeah.
This panel, yeah, there's a bit of depth in it. Some like environment stuff, like the steam is hitting the ceiling here. I made the steam hit the ceiling, and as she's escaping, she has like little drops, like and that goes into this. The eyes just led to this, and then the door.
Very cool.
Oh my God, work! Oh my God, work! Anyway,
It's men, women, and robots.
Exactly. How do I put showers? Men, women, and showers, which I don't. How would I do that? Just to see. So. It's like this. Icons. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Robots are, yeah, accept all persuasion.
They're both kinds of robots. Well, it's I always think of the Astro Boy stuff where it's like Astro Boy is a boy robot, but then there's Astro Boy's sister.
Do they have different bathrooms?
I think there's a lot of attention paid to the difference between the boy robot and the girl robot in Astro Boy.
Really?
I believe that comes up a lot. And it's like, no, silly, I'm a girl robot.
That'd be fun. That's kind of funny when you think about like lines of code. If they had if robots had lines of codes in it, they technically would not be non-binary. Like
Aha, right.
1 zeros, 1 zeros, 1 zeros.
A non-binary operating system.
Oh my god.
My operating system is non-binary. That sounds like a line from like a Disney song or something.
I
Like
think that would be way beyond human understanding if it made like human ingenuity not to rely on binary systems or artificial. That's the ultimate, like, that's the pinnacle of artificial intelligence. You just got to make it like give it free will in a sense. Like the robot at some point will like just because they can't even like the AIs we have now they rely on they still rely on input and data and
yeah,
not
at their core.
thinking.
At their core, yes.
They don't use lateral thinking like humans do. Actually, I think it looks okay. This no, that's
All right. We're coming up to it. Oh, I'm already a bit over time, but go ahead.
What you drawing right now? Just before you head off.
This is just this actress. I was trying to look up the a reference for Clea the Sorceress, which I did back here, and I got this actress who had been in her name is Clea something. So Clea actress. Clea actress. And let me see if I can get her name. Clea Duvall.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember which movie she's in. Clea Duvall. I wonder if she was named after the Clea from the comic books.
Or Cleopatra.
Or Cleopatra. Well, Clea means, or Cleo means famous. So okay. Cleopatra means famous father.
Oh. That's funny. That's
she was one of the Greek dynasty that the Greek Egyptians related
did you
to.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Did you see in my Clip Studio when I used the 3D preview, the binder preview? Did you see that?
No.
It was on the other one. Well, I could show you this real quick. Let's see.
Was this like where you took multiple pages and?
Yeah. And I made them a batch export, but I could use them.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Here, I'll feature you. Hang on, let's see if I can put you.
Yeah,
up here.
I'll show you this, but it's just going to give it a preview. So save yes. Maybe I should do that again.
How do I do this? Solo layout. Right. There we go.
I'm going to see if it's try 3D printing. Okay. All right, I think I've saved them all. Okay. It's just creating it real quick. I wish I could do this in horizontal mode, but so it's just creating it right now. I'm doing a 3D preview of it. Yes. Can I go to the first page?
Oh wow!
Yeah,
this is awesome. Whoa!
And of course, I've run into some issues. It shows like the issues I have with some pages. Some are a bit too zoomed in. That's why we have crop lines right here. That's so
That is super cool, though.
when it cuts it off, it'll be there.
Uh,
Let's see if it's worked actually. Come on, let's see. It looks like a real page, isn't it cool?
yeah,
Like I can.
that is super neat. Like if you could export that as a little movie, you could put it on your like make a little make a little movie of it. You know, of you flipping through it real quick, and then like put that on your website.
Yeah, actually.
That would be really kick ass. It was like, here's a sneak preview of, the latest installment of Duckling Star, and nobody can really read it at that level on the video, but they won't want to. But they'll be like, that's freaking impressive. It looks good,
I like how the tones came out on that one on that page. It looks like that one's going well. This page I'm working on right now, I've consideration the bleeds. It really helps to have that there. It's a shame they've gone monthly subscription now, but
yeah.
Oh my god, I have 2 pages I gotta fix. These ones, these 2 pages were done in Procreate, and I think I didn't. The biggest issue is going to be formatting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The biggest issue is going to be formatting with this. So
Dintwo asks, or Dintu2 ask, is book be published? Is it meant to be published? I don't know. Are you planning on publishing Duckling Star?
In physical forms, probably on some public no, it's for print on demand service. So I like to recommend the book, and then like when people like it, they can check out my website too, like my website where I regularly upload it, because it's an episodic series, and I'm trying to work on a first volume of it. But right now the pages are you can read this currently. Chapter 3 has been uploaded to Comic Fury. And I think that probably perfectly wraps up this this discussion, right? Do you have the links to the you can check out the comic there. And
actually I screwed it up. This is the actual one I want to show. This is the real URL. https://ducklingstar.thecomicseries.com. You can actually read it there. And also, maybe eventually we'll publish it. It would be really cool. He definitely has the ability to do it. So, yeah. All right, we are over time. So, let me bring us back to this thing here. Thanks so much for showing up. It is after 8:09 here. I had a great time, and we will be back again next week, same time. This is 6 p.m. Eastern. What time is it there in Australia? What's the time there?
It's 10:09 a.m. right now, but I was here for like 2 hours, so
that was
around 8 o'clock.
So around 8 a.m. Australian time.
Yeah, right. AEST is what it's called.
Australian Eastern Standard. Australian Eastern Standard. Got it. Awesome. And we will be back next week on Saturday, or in Australia's.
You bet.
It's actually Sunday morning there, right?
Yeah, it's a nice.
Very
Sunday.
Cool. Very cool. Okay, it's Saturday night for me. That's why it's called Drive-In Saturday. But one of the other reasons. But yes, awesome. All right, talk to you later. Thanks so much for being here. And
thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And we are out. I got my new ending, or do I have my new ending? Yeah, there it is.
Ciao, Bella.
pissed off, whatever it is.